Happy Friday, everybody. Today was VIX Crest Friday. You can see VIX was down 6.5%, and that's usually called VIX Crest Friday. Most of the times VIX is crest on Friday, but surprisingly S&P 500 is also red and VIX is also red. So this is a conflict. So usually when VIX is red, S&P 500 is green. When VIX is green, S&P 500 is red, but both of them are red. Is this an indication of more dip coming? I'm calling it dip because it's going to be a very good buying opportunity. Okay, we're going to start with Bitcoin as usual, and then I'm going to talk about one stock that I bought today, and then we'll go through usual stuff. And before I go any further, please hit the like button. Only takes 1 second to hit the like. Please share this channel. It's free with your friends and family. And if you're making money, if you want to donate and thank me, there is a PayPal link in the description. I would really appreciate all your donations, and I will be very thankful. Okay, guys, starting with Bitcoin. This is short-term chart. Bitcoin is in the sell zone. You know this chart by now. So these are 3 standard deviations. Bitcoin went way above, and you can see it got bought here. This is the time we should have bought Bitcoin around 25,241, and now it's in the perfect sell zone. So I think most likely Bitcoin is coming now down, all the way down to around 25,428 at minimum. So from today's right now, as of now, it can come easily around 3% down. Okay, so be mindful of that. Now let's get rid of these, and then let's quickly look at our daily chart on Bitcoin, and let's try to figure out where we are going. So you can see this is the daily chart of Bitcoin, and let me bring in moving averages. Let's quickly bring moving averages. Here are the moving averages, and you can see Bitcoin is now again this is the trend line, and Bitcoin now broke down, and again Bitcoin is trying to go above this trend line. If I zoom in a bit, you can see here Bitcoin is trying hard to close above this trend line. So if you are a bull, let's go to 1 hour chart. If you're a bull, this is a very good sign. This is a very good sign that Bitcoin is trying to go above this. And then look what happened. Bitcoin made a new uptrend. Bitcoin just closed above this previous high here. Okay, you can see now it's a newer high. If I draw a line here, you will see what Bitcoin did. You can see Bitcoin just made a new high, and now Bitcoin is above this trend line. So now that's changing trend in shorter time frame. Okay, what does that mean? That means Bitcoin was making a lower high. You can see lower low. Now first time we are making a new high. Okay, so this is higher high. Bitcoin can go down to gather some more energy, and then try to break this, attempt to break this as well. Okay, so that's quite possible. If you're a bull, this is your scenario, and you really want Bitcoin to hold this white trend line again on daily chart. You really want Bitcoin to be above this white trend line. Okay, now Bitcoin, that trend line is now going higher and higher. So as of now, today on Friday, that trend line is around 26,254. Okay, you want Bitcoin to go above that. And also I want to show you, I had a buy zone. So Bitcoin touched buy zone. Actually, it gave you enough opportunities last couple of days. You can see this buy zone here. I had this marked before. Let me mark it again. I told you guys this buy zone is around here. It's between, let's see, somewhere around here to here. Let's make it green because it's not a red zone, it's a buy zone. You can see here Bitcoin now, this is a buy zone here. You can see Bitcoin dipped in the buy zone, and now it's bouncing up. Okay, you can I do think Bitcoin is gonna go down, because the reason I tell you, if I go to 1 hour chart, let me now get rid of this green lines to make it clear for you. You can see where we are. This is the biggest resistance here. Okay, Bitcoin can even go higher and then fail. Bitcoin can go as high as 27,000. That's quite possible. But if I go to daily chart, you can see what I'm telling you. You can see this is a big resistance here. Okay, this whole area is a big resistance, this whole box. So you've got to be very careful. Okay, so don't get too excited. This could be just a small bounce before another dip, which I think will happen, because the reason is, look at S&P 500 again. This is daily chart, just a parabolic move, and I really want S&P 500 to cool down a bit. That will be a great buying opportunity, but that will put a lot of pressure on Bitcoin as well to go down. So again, if you bought here in the buy zone, look to take profits. Bitcoin can definitely go a little bit more higher. Again, on my 1 hour chart, if it pumps over the weekend, look to sell around 27,000. That's a good opportunity to sell on longer time frame. And then if it dips around here, look to buy around 26,383. And again, let me again show you on the standard deviation how it looks like. So you can see here, if you go to 1 minute chart, again, just take a note of these levels. So if Bitcoin dips around 25,000, these are 3 standard deviation: 25,000, 25,230, 25,431. Buy here. Okay, you can sell right now. It's in the sell zone. You can see it's facing it very hard to go higher. I think it's going to be going down now, all the way down to 25,000 zone. Okay, so look to buy here, look to sell here. Okay, that's it. And then okay, one other thing I wanted to show you on daily chart. Let's quickly hide the indicator. Let's quickly go to daily chart on Bitcoin futures. Longer term, I just want to keep reminding you, longer term, there is a gap here. You can see this gap here. So this gap here around 20,345, that's my final target. Okay, on Ethereum, that gap is around 1436. Okay, so just keep that in mind. Make sure you're having cash ready to buy around these levels. So long term, we are going there. Ethereum, let's quickly look at Ethereum. So 1700 is going to be a tough resistance for Ethereum. This is a major resistance for Ethereum. If you can see, it's not going to just bounce like that. Okay, so I think it's going to face. It can go. You can see there's another trend line on Ethereum. It can even go higher to backtest here, because the resistance zone on Ethereum is here, right, all the way here. Okay, this is a big resistance zone on Ethereum. Let me make it red. This is a resistance zone. So Ethereum, sorry, can go short term. It can go as high as here. Okay, find some resistance around 1800 and then go down. Okay, this is the basically bearish scenario, and I don't have a bullish scenario for now. I think this is just a short-term bounce before we're going forward. Okay, and yeah, that's it for. Oh, sorry, let me quickly show you Ethereum targets. This is the short-term chart. So the buy zone on Ethereum is around 1650. Okay, and it's already in the sell zone. You can see now it's selling now. So I think Ethereum is going to come all the way down to 1600 over the maybe next couple of hours, maybe in a day. Over the weekend, it's going to come back here. Look to buy here, sell here. So take a screenshot of these levels, right? Okay, so that's it for crypto, and you can stay here if you're just holding, waiting here for crypto. I will be now moving to a broader market. So yeah, you're free to stay, but let's move to a broader market, which is S&P 500. But before I go there, the one stock which I bought, which I promised to tell you, it's a UNH. Why did I buy that? Because you can see here, UNH is down almost 1.6%, and it's in the buy zone. Okay, I don't need to think about why I bought, why not, but this is the just to let you know, this company is the biggest medical pharmaceutical company in North America. All mutual funds are holding this stock, and you can read about description here, and you can see the market cap of this company is around 426.86 billion. This is the biggest healthcare stock right now in North America. Okay, and this is just you're very, very lucky to get these prizes. This is like a sale, and this is like once this happened once in. I will show you. Let me hide this, and you can see this happened where we are now. We are right where we were in 2021, November 2021. So almost 2 years. We got this opportunity after 2 years to buy again at these prices. This is a sale, super sale. Okay, so if you did not buy, you can look to buy on Monday if you want, or if you don't want, it's up to you. But one thing to note, there's another big gap here around 33.97. Worst case, okay, you got to be careful. You got to know both scenario. Worst case, it can go as down as 13%, but I don't think that's going to happen. The reason why I'm telling you, because there's a big gap here around 490. So at minimum, we are from here, from today's close, we are going and hitting almost 7% at minimum. Okay, at minimum, we are going here, and before we go down, because we do need to go bounce a bit, find some resistance here, and then go down if we worst case. But healthcare stocks, especially when S&P 500, I'm looking for some pullback. That's when people will rush into healthcare stock, and this is the biggest healthcare stock. And the other reason is, you can see what's happening on momentum indicators. There's divergence. You can see divergence on PPO. You can see divergence on RSI. Okay, so what does that mean? You can see we made a new low, but high on PPO and RSI. Okay, so this is a divergence. You can see we made an equal low as compared to here. Even here, it can go as far as here, and we are making divergences or momentum indicators. So that's a very good sign that it can now stabilize. The reason it came down, why it came down today, because there was a gap here. You can see this gap here. This was filled. I took the dotted line out. The gap was here, which was created around 458. So yesterday I told you I sold these stocks because I saw this gap, and then I bought again UNH today. Okay, so this gap is filled. Looking for a bounce from here. Okay, so things are looking good. I'm going to hold this in the long-term portfolio, but again, if I see a good opportunity to sell, what I can do is, as soon as Monday, if I see the stock here in these red lines short term, I will be looking to sell. So keep that in mind. So at minimum, if I see like a pump on Monday, which will take me to around 5%, I'm out of the stock. So just keep that in mind. I do quick trades and I like to make profits every day. So if it goes in this zone 478 up, I am selling it. Okay, so take a screenshot of this. You can buy, it's in the buy zone right now, and you can sell here. And then again, I will show you two other stocks which are in buy zone, but I did not buy because this is the best opportunity I saw. The other stock is CVS. You can see CVS, same thing. It had a gap, and let's see if the gap is filled. Still, that gap is not filled. Let me hide this very, very quick. This gap is still not filled here. So tomorrow, on Monday, it can come down to like another 1%. Look to buy here. So that's the reason I did not buy, because I think this gap will fill. So if it goes here, I will be looking to buy this as well. But again, you can see where this is. This is still in the buy zone. So these green lines, it's in the buy zone. Okay, and this is a sell zone. This is a gap here, way far away. So CVS is also good stock to buy. Disney is another. Was in buy zone. You can see this. It came at buy zone around 3 o'clock. If you bought it here, it a little bit up, but again, it's back here near, very close to the buy zone. You can even look to get Disney. Okay, this is also very good stock to buy right now. I think these are the best three stocks. And another one is AMD. It came, but it did not touch buy zone. So buy zone is around 119.28. So if it comes here on Monday, look to buy Disney. Okay, I don't think any other stocks are in the buy zone, so I'm going to skip all of these. And let's quickly look at our broader term analysis on S&P 500. And let me hide this chart, and then let's quickly review our S&P 500. Okay, so I'm expecting a pullback, so not a major pullback, a little bit of pullback. And you can see this cycle low. You can see what's happening here. You can see this bigger cycle. So it's in the top right now. So it's right now it's just pumping. Looking for a little bit of dip. Okay, there's a gap here. Look, actually we're going to look at SPY very soon, but looking for not a lot of pullback, a little bit of pullback, and then another bounce to 4,500. And then SPY, let's quickly see where is SPY. Yeah, here you go, SPY. This is the ETF. The reason it's down 0.7% is because today was a dividend day. That's why it's a bit down more than SPX. But you can see there's a gap here. We can look to at least S&P 500 to go fill this gap. And that will be a great buying opportunity. I don't know if it's going to go, because there's a lot of support here. I don't know if it's going to go all the way down here, or it can go even only till here. Okay, and find some support here, bounce, and then it's going to come back later on. Okay, and if I go to 1 hour chart, this gap was filled. You can see most gaps get filled. There's another gap here, like I said before. I think it's a bit lower here. The gap is a bit lower. I don't know why. Sometimes TradingView does weird things. So the same thing happens. So this gap is here, and you can see. I don't know what's happened with TradingView. All my gaps are off. Maybe because of dividend date, something messed up. But this gap is around 420. Just remember that. Okay. So yeah, looking for a pullback, buy it, and then it's going to go higher. Okay. Same thing with triple Qs. You can see this is a daily chart. You can go to 1 hour chart. I think it made a new high today on divergences. SP5, same thing, new high on divergences. So need a pullback. And again, you can see this is at minimum, it can go as low as 333. Buy again at 333 for another bounce and then going lower. Okay, so that's on triple Q. Let's keep going on other sectors. Dollar. Oh, sorry. Let's go to US 30. US 30 is kind of flat. Looking for a little bit of pullback in all sectors before a bounce higher. Little bit pullback, then bounce. US 2000, which is small caps, again same thing. There's a lot of support here. You can see a little bit of pullback, looking for a bounce. VIX, I don't know why it's down so much. This is a conflict, but anyhow, looking for a bottom very, very soon and a bounce, and that will be very bearish for US 500. That will be a good buying opportunity. Okay. And sorry, one other thing I want to tell you on UNH. You can see this whole area here. You can see this whole area. Let me draw a box. You can see this is like a major support, so it's in a buy zone here. Okay, so that's another major support here. There's a gap here, but that's going to be too far away. I think it's going to find some buyers here. Okay, so keep that in mind. All right, let's go to dollar. So dollar, looking for lower prices, looking for dollar to bottom around end of this month. Crude oil bouncing, but all the energy stocks were down. I don't know why. This is very bearish. You can see. But looking for this bounce to fail. This is you can see I told you yesterday, this is resistance here around 73, and buy here around this. So it's just going to pop back and forth, bounce, and not going to do much. So if it goes here, sell. If it go here, buy. Natural gas bottom is in, again up to 2.8%. So you can see cycle low was here. It very nicely predicted. You can see cycle low here. Again here, it can come back a little bit, but it doesn't need to be. But it looks more and more like the bottom is in. If I put some moving averages, I will tell you why it feels like that. You can see moving averages here. You can see what happened. Now it's the moving averages are pointing higher, and all this, like since February of this year, all these 3-4 months is just collecting, making sure moving averages come down, finding momentum, finding base, and I think it's good for a pump now. Okay, so this is a good base setup. So I think the low is already in, so it's buy the dip now. Any pullback, look to buy. Already covered Bitcoin. Gold, looking for a little bit more lower prices. We're looking for this box around 1930 to 1900. If it comes here, look to buy, then a bounce. Silver, same thing, looking for a little bit lower prices. If we don't get that, then it looks like yesterday was the bottom. You can see this wick here. This is Thor hammer. So this could be the only thing we get. But if we get more bounce, next week, if this thing sells off with the broader market, if broader market shows weakness, this can show weakness. So if it goes in this box, look to buy. Okay. Silver, same story, looking for a little bit of more pullback. If this is not the bottom, looking for a little bit more. It's in the sell zone right now, the big red box, looking for lower prices. And gold miners, again, it's in the right in the middle, buy and sell. Yesterday was in buy zone, day before yesterday was in buy zone. Let's see, let's go to 1 hour chart. Let's see if is there any gap. There's no gap here. So also it's in the all right on this trend line. You can see last 2 days it touched trend line, so this could be the bottom already last 2 days. But if you get any pullback, look to buy. But this is looking very good, gold miners for a bounce, and it's already down so much since you can see as of today almost down 14%, and all the other stocks are at all-time high, especially tech stocks. Copper, look, I think it's going to bottom very soon. Looking for a little bit of pullback, then a bounce. Palladium, it looks like it's buy the dip. Looks like bottom is in. We got divergence, bottom is in. Buy the dip. Wheat breakout. A lot of people bought wheat. I've been telling you guys this breakout is going to be very explosive. It's exactly what happened. We just here we made a kind of a flag. Boom, breakout yesterday, and just going higher. First resistance is around here, around 750, 749. So look to take profits. Then it's going to be buy the dip. Okay. I think it's just started. Whole year since you can see since here last year March, more than a year we are just like going down. This is going to be very explosive move, which is going to get very high prices very soon. So yesterday was the breakout, and you can still buy today. It's not too late. Corn again, all commodities, you can see all commodities are going higher. Corn is also breaking out, very good. Soybean is also breaking out. You can see it's above this 200 SMA 50 SMA red line, which is very good sign. And sugar, again, this is also breaking out. So all commodities are looking good. These are the ETFs you can buy: Canes, SOYB, Corn, and WEAT to trade these. Okay. And bonds lower, looking for new lows, and then maybe slightly low, and then some divergences. So looking for slightly lower prices and then a bounce. So getting very close to the bottom. XLE, energy sector, again looking for at minimum there are some gaps. At minimum, this gap here around 80, and then this is another gap here around 77, and there is final gap here. So I don't know if we're going to go that far, but if we go there, that's going to be awesome opportunity. If we go here, oil will be at around $60, okay, or maybe lower than that if you go there. XLU holding very good. It's on this trend line. You can see this trend line will come very soon. This white trend line very nicely. This was a bear raid, so bear stop rate, and now we're just going higher, looking very good. XLV is healthcare, looking like this is a back test. You can see this 50 daily SMA line. We broke out, now looks like a back test. I think we're getting ready for a pump higher. So even if S&P 500 drops, this can get a bid, and then this can still go higher. Okay. So things are looking good on healthcare stocks. Industrial looking for a little bit more dip before it goes higher. So it's going to be buy the dip. Real estate, same thing, buy the dip on real estate market as well. And then XLF also same thing. There's a gap here around, gap comes around $32, looking for pullback to buy and then go higher. Okay. Tesla, only Tesla is green. Most of the other stocks, NVDA is flat, so most of the other stocks are kind of, so this could be the start of the pullback. There you can see all these green lines, these dotted lines are the gaps to fill, so nothing much to say here. For a pullback, Apple, again starting the pullback. You can see all these green lines are the gaps. Google, there is a massive gap on Google around here, around 113 at minimum, looking for that gap to fill. Microsoft is down 1.6%. Again, a lot of gaps on Microsoft as well. Looking for that gap to fill at 315. Meta is kind of flat, only 0.3% down. Again, massive gap here, another gap here. Looking, you can see all these gaps which needs to be filled. Amazon here pulling back. Again, it's good for the market, and you can see all these gaps to the downside to fill. Netflix down 3%. And again, multiple gaps on Netflix, looking for those gaps to fill. See all these gaps, okay guys. Snowflake's down 3.5%, and you can see divergences here. I told you yesterday, so it's going to be now pulling down. NVDA is flat, making another new high. And you can see the RSI putting some divergence on daily. You can see, let me put it here, daily divergence. Let's quickly look at 1 hour chart on NVIDIA. You can see on 1 hour chart also same thing, divergence on 1 hour chart as well. You can see massive divergence on PPO, so I think it's going to be ready for a pullback. AMD, I already told you, it's down, it's very close to the buy zone, but it can come as low as here around $109 to fill this gap. And I think I'm not going to cover everything. I think those are the major big stocks. And let's quickly look at Canadian market. Okay, TSX. Again, XIC is the ETF I used to trade TSX. There's a gap here. I'm looking for that gap to fill at minimum around the two gaps actually, 31.84, and the other gap is around 31.44. I think we're going to go and fill this gap at 31.44 from today's close. That gap is around 1.5%, so looking for the gap to fill before we go higher. And I think that's about it. Okay, guys. I think that should be a good summary of the market today. And wish you guys a great weekend. And please, on your way back, if you haven't done so, please hit the like button. I really appreciate, and enjoy the rest of your day. Take care. Bye.